Well, with 14 trophies in 6 years, Celtic are well and truly on their way to make it 15 and 7. 9 points still between the top two, and things just keep getting better and better for Celtic, don't they? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It would be much appreciated. Celtic 4, Aberdeen 0. We just keep making it look so easy. I'm running out of terms and phrases to use in regards to our performances, in regards to how we play and what we do in the game, because we're a broken record, but in a good way. You know, it's a good broken record. It's like your favourite song of all time constantly being on loop, because week after week we're turning teams over, we're scoring multiple goals, and there's nothing to complain about. Honestly, it's one of the best times in, I think, any of our lifetimes, whether you're the same age as me, whether you're older than me, younger than me. I think that we can all agree right now we're probably living in one of the best eras of being a Celtic fan. It has been incredibly fun, and today's performance, that's how I'd describe it. Just incredibly fun. We went into this game today knowing that Kyogo wasn't really... He was back, but probably not going to play. He didn't play. And even without him, the top scorer in the league, the top scorer in the team, even without him, we scored 4 goals. Honestly. Just what can you say about this team at the minute that hasn't been said? So let's try and do this match review in typical fashion. Let's just try and fire through it and talk about everything that we have to cover. The team selection. No Aaron Moy. I've not quite seen Ange Postecoglou's post-match press conference yet. I don't know if he's brought up why Aaron Moy wasn't involved in the matchday squad. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and I hope that he'll be involved next week when we play Rangers at Hampden. We'll come on to that towards the end of the video. But he wasn't involved, but O was on the pitch. He started the game, his first start since signing for Celtic, and I thought he was good. You know, he didn't get a goal, sadly. I wish that he contributed on that front, but he was definitely throwing himself about. He was getting involved. I thought he was a real good presence, but Aberdeen were sticking men to him. They were putting the biggest defenders they could on him, but he was shoving them off, and I thought he was doing well at, you know, moving with the ball. You know, some striker, you know, Yakimakis, brilliant, loved him, and not to keep bringing up the past, you know, I don't want to make it sound like it's an ex that we need to keep bringing up, but when you compare him with Yakimakis, yes, he's only a few games in, and I'm not saying that he's better than him or anything like that, but I think one attribute to his game so far from what I've seen in his first few appearances for Celtic that he maybe has that Yakimakis didn't is maybe his ability to actually carry the ball and just have more of it, because Yakimakis was brilliant, a brilliant striker, loved him to bits, but he wasn't really the kind of striker who would take the ball and, you know, kind of go out wide with it, take it and hold the defender off while running with it. You know, he was a kind of, you know, let's get the ball, move it, or get on the end of something, score, you know, finish it, you know, score the goals. But O looks as though he's a kind of guy who can, you know, really carry the ball, and for someone his size, it's really impressive. So I liked what we've seen today of O. As I said, I wish that he could have got a goal, but he stepped in and he filled the boots of Kyogo pretty well. You know, when you see Kyogo's not playing, there's that slight concern that you're going to struggle for the goals up top, but when you've got a team like us, you know, the goals are coming from everywhere, and that was one of the things that really stood out for me today in the game, was the fact that O didn't get a lot of chances. Yeah, there was balls that came across the face of goal and he could have maybe got in, and maybe that's the kind of thing Yakimakis would do better, getting on the end of these crosses sort of thing, but our chances and all our goals, they weren't coming from the striker, they were coming from the wingers, they were coming from the central midfielders. You know, we make chances everywhere in the park, and that's why we're scoring. We could have scored 10 today. We could have, genuinely. We could have scored 10 goals in the course of the game today. Because just everywhere, and every player has got it in their locker. So it was good to see him come in. It was a good team picked all together. You know, we're keeping that consistency in the side right now, in preparation for this final next week. But, once again, Moy, please be okay. We started off the game, of course, incredibly well. Callum McGregor getting a goal. Love to see that. I love it when McGregor gets a goal. It reminds me of McGregor, you know, 2016, 2017, where he would often pop up with a goal when he played much further forward. It was a good finish, you know, and it started the tone of the game, you know, very high for us. The tempo was there. We looked like we were in one of those moods today. And then it was quickly followed up with a second. Rio Hatate. This video, I want to just talk mainly about Rio Hatate. Now, we could go over the first half performance and the chances we make and all the great things that we do, I don't, on this channel, wax lyrical enough about Rio Hatate and how class he is. I always bang the drum about how I think Jota is the most technically gifted and at their best, the most, when it comes to technical ability, the best in Scotland. But we are looking at a player in Rio Hatate who very much challenges what I think is a true statement. Rio Hatate could very much be the most technically gifted player in this country. He is a special football player, and today's game was all about him. Yeah, we scored 4. Yeah, it was a brilliant team performance. But leaving the stadium today, there was one player and one thing on my mind, and that was Rio Hatate. He is next level. He is beyond Celtic. He's beyond the Scottish Premiership. Hands off, right? Hands off. And that's not bringing us down. That's not bringing Celtic down. But he is, I think, got all the potential in him to be a top level, elite level player. And I think he'll reach that level. I really do believe that. He shows significant amounts of class with whatever he does, whether it be a pass, whether it be a touch, whether it be a shot. He's got everything. And this is a centre midfielder we're talking about here. The most important position in the park, maybe. And the way that he can just take a ball and make everything look like it's a piece of cake, that is a talent that is possessed. Obviously, a professional footballer should be able to make it look easy, but the way he does it, it's a talent possessed by very few that come through the door at Celtic Park. I think he is an elite level of player for this club. When you talk about the best that we've seen over the past 10, 20 years at Celtic, if he keeps going the way he's going, he'll be in conversations with the likes of Stan Petrov. He's the first centre midfielder that comes to mind. He was a level above. He was class, and he went and achieved it at the highest level of Aston Villa in the Premier League. Rio Hatate, no doubt in my mind, will be playing at levels like that or even higher if he keeps going the way he's going. And that's what I'm trying to say. People might say, you're getting carried away, Ryan, you're comparing him to Stan Petrov. There is no reason why we can't get ahead of ourselves with Rio Hatate. He is unbelievably good. His 2 goals today, magic from him. And it was so, he deserved more. He could have scored a hat-trick today. And it's just, what he does in traffic is unbelievable. The way he can take a ball down, and there could be 3 defenders surrounding him, and he can just chop in and out of them. And with his wee delicate feet, just make it look like, so, you know, it's like, you think of players who are able to do things like that, and the first, and this is me comparing them to fucking Lionel Messi, right? But you think of wingers, you think of players like Messi and that, who dance, they'll dribble their way through defenders on the wings. Rio Hatate does that through the most congested area of the park, through the middle, and he makes it look so seamless, so easy. And I generally don't think I've seen a centre midfielder at Celtic do that to the level that he does. It's a truly special talent, and today, building off his last couple of performances as well, he's not real. We talk about Kyogo being on the form of his life. We talk about Aaron Moy being in the form of his life, or the form at Celtic anyway. Rio Hatate's in that form as well right now. He's waking up and he's choosing violence. He's waking up with that dog in him, quite genuinely. And I think today's performance deserves a hell of a lot of credit. He is a class talent, and enjoy him and appreciate him while he's here at Celtic, because if he keeps playing to that standard, he'll be playing at the very top level in the next couple of years. He's just that good. I love him to bits. Brilliant performance today. His goal in the first half especially. He just works so hard as well, and that goes for the whole team. You know, it's like they're just powered by, you know, these engines. I don't know where they get them from. They're straight out the Ferrari factory. Honestly, just unbelievable. What a talent. What a performance again today. And aye. In regards to the rest of the first half, thought well, brilliant. As I said, we could have had more goals, and I've said this so many times this season. I've already kind of touched on it in this video. We still have that one annoying thing, is when we do so well, we get the ball across goal and nobody's there, and it just goes over to the other wing. I want us to be able to get on the end of them. But, you know, I've got no complaints from the first half performance at all. We just continued it on into the second half. Where we just kept, you know, we took a little while to find the goal. We did get it. Hatate, as I've already touched on, managed to find it. And Abada finishes it off. And Abada deserves a lot of credit. You know, even though he's not been maybe getting the minutes or the starts that he's been probably wanting over the past few months, he still contributes massively, and you know, his record is still brilliant. You know, I think that's something like 11 goals this season, and when you think about the fact that he's rotated heavily, that's a fantastic record. So he deserves a lot of credit for coming off the bench and doing that today. I thought All of the subs looked good that we made today. Kyogo came on and looked fine. Didn't look as though he skipped a beat, even though he was out training for a couple of days. Even though he picked up that knock, still looked really good. Haxa, I thought looked fine. Probably the quietest of the subs. But I was really impressed with Hatate as well. I liked him. Not that he had to do an awful lot, but I thought he looked comfortable, thought he looked good. And it's the first time that I've actually got to sit and watch Hatate. I wasn't at the Morton game, so I didn't get to see him then. So this is the first time, I think. Can't remember him coming on in any other game. Maybe he did, actually. But it's the first time I've picked up and I've went, yeah, looks a good player. And it allowed McGregor to move forward. You've seen that Hatate dropped in that little bit deeper. He played the defensive midfield role, and it gives McGregor a little more freedom attacking-wise that we know he has. And, you know, he got his goal earlier today, but it still allows him to move up the park, and I like McGregor being further up the park. I really do. It's always been my favourite version of McGregor. But he just does everything well, doesn't he, the captain? He's just brilliant. But I thought the changes were good. I thought second half we just maintained that same professionalism. One wee dodgy moment between Starfelt and Hart with the ball and blah, blah, blah. But we were brilliant. And Aberdeen were probably let off with a few today, to be quite honest. So I'm not complaining about much at all. Very, very happy. And 9 points clear, still at the top of the table. The manager's comments very quickly. In the first half, I thought we were outstanding. The quality of our football was excellent. Credit to the lads. We're getting stronger each week. Hatate was great, and he has been all year. He's constantly looking to improve and is not going to rest until he's the footballer he wants to be in his own mind. If Hatate can continue to develop on what he already gives us, as I said, he can eclipse so many. He is just a level beyond, man. He's so good. But the main thing is, we've went into next week with confidence, with a big win, with the opposition fans fucking rattled. If you've seen the banner at Livingston today, with no injuries, everybody got through the game at Touchwood. That stays the same through training this week, but everything went to plan today. Everything's went well. I'm confident heading to Hampden on Sunday. It'll be a nervy game. There's no doubt about it. It'll be a tough contest. I'm sure of that, but we couldn't go into it in better form with a better performance today. I'm very happy, and we'll build it all through the week on the channel. But I'm going to leave it there for you. Enjoy your Saturday night, whatever you're doing. And I'm going to head off now. So, cheerio, like and subscribe. See you next time.